Ghana South Africa, you're welcome to the show. It's the match preview show for the game between Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. And I'm here with Mr. Joel and Preye. Mr. Joel, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Welcome to the show. And Preye, how you doing?
Good, I'm good.
Yeah, welcome to the show. And down to it, Arsenal winless in their last four Premier League games, two draws, two losses, and Nottingham Forest, three wins, one loss against Newcastle. And this weekend is the big one. Arsenal needs to return to winning ways so badly, and Nottingham Forest needs to build on what they have already been building this season. So, Priye,
Yeah, this is a Nottingham Forest that proves to be a very formidable side. You can imagine they're at the same point as Arsenal at this stage of the season. So it's an interesting match. It's going to be a tough match, and it won't be an easy ride for the Arsenal because, like I said before, Nottingham they are in a very good run of form. Forgetting the fact that they lost against Newcastle last week. Understand? So let's hope and see whether we'll come back to our winning ways.
Mr. Joel, your take on this game?
When it comes to Nottingham Forest, as the name implies, I don't see anything that's supposed to be a threat to Arsenal. That is just the fact. Though they have really been in form, well, I would not call it in form. 19 points, same points with Arsenal. If we call that form, then why are we lamenting with Arsenal having 19 points, 9 points below the club leader? The truth is just that if Arsenal want to beat Nottingham Forest, they will beat them very well. I know that they are good at that. Arsenal, there was one particular club that were really low club that were tormenting the big clubs last season, but when they met Arsenal, Arsenal settled down to trash them 5-0. But is the same Arsenal of today, will they replicate such issue? Two things is certain. It's either Arsenal use Nottingham Forest to back to form, or they still draw Nottingham Forest and still remain the position they are.
Okay, for me, I feel this is a tricky one. You know, we know how teams struggle coming back from international break, and we are coming up against the Nottingham Forest team who are in form. You understand? They are so informed. This is in 19 points by this time of the season. In I think fifth position in this time of the season, it is not something anybody expects. And then looking at the fact that they are scoring goals, we are conceding goals, whether home or away, we are conceding goals this
That's
season.
right.
And I feel like it's a tricky one. They're in a good place right now. We are trying to get back to a good place. And then for me though, going into this game, I feel Nottingham Forest, they are the confident ones going into this particular game with their man up front, Chris Wood.
Yeah, but then we are back now. Our defense is kind of stable now because Calafori is going to be available. Timber is going to be available. Gabriel and Saliba will be back, and Rice, was well rested for the week. So Saka too, hopefully will be there. So I think we'll have like an almost complete squad to play Nottingham, and then it will be in our own Emirates and also. I feel we have an advantage going forward for this fixture, you know. So yeah,
So Mr. Joe.
So there is something I come to always realize between top clubs, the mid clubs, and the bottom clubs. The top clubs always believe in themselves. This is not up to my standard. And that confidence still keep them subjecting the mid and the bottom club to where they belong. You get it? And this mid or the bottom clubs have this phobia toward those teams that are always ahead of them, that are consistent. You get it? So Arsenal be a consistent club for good 3 seasons now in maintaining that top four. So if they bring up that mentality against Nottingham Forest, forget Nottingham Forest being in form or not in form. In a real sense, Nottingham Forest is not a club that we should be fidgeting when we want to play.
This is the Premier League. This is the Premier League. According to Pep Guardiola, no game is a small game.
No game is a small game. Anyway, Sha, let's truth be told, the club have actually been doing well.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest. I even said, where are they rushing to? Where are they rushing to? Those small clubs, they are good at pouring sand in somebody's garage. But at the end, they will not get to anywhere. But I just want Arsenal to use this Nottingham Forest game to bounce back to form. Because any further flop, they should forget the league. That is just the fact. Any further flop, they should forget it, because what Arsenal need now is consistency at this point in time. Because they have been able to hold down their fellow big clubs. But the point they have lost this season is mainly to lower world clubs. So, and if you want to win league, you hold your fellow big club draw and trash the lower clubs. That is the point about it. So I say Arsenal winning that game. That is just the fact.
There's something notably this season, something I've noticed in our games this season, and that is dropping points from leading positions. It happened against Liverpool. It happened against Chelsea. That was the most painful part of it all. You get me? And it happened against Manchester City.
Yeah.
And when we are leading, we don't know how to hold it down. And I think that has cost us a lot of points this season so far. What do you think? What do you think the cause is? Because by this time last season, we had not conceded this number of goals we've considered so far.
Yes, that's right.
So, do you feel like I'm about to sound controversial, but I'll say it anyway. So, do you feel like there's a shift in the system? Because by this time last season, Declan Rice was the number 6.
Let's be realistic and trying to use players as a reference to this point. They are the cause. You ask a question, do you think there is a shift in the system? Purely there is a shift. Arsenal of last season, we don't have this defensive mindset. When they are leading you, they are beating you. But since this season, Arsenal have developed this kind of mentality. Let's defend what we have first. If you take a look, the 8 points they blew away, those 8 points in those 4 draws, Brighton, Man City, Chelsea, and who did they? Liverpool. If you calculate it, when Arsenal were 1 goal ahead, it was when they wanted to defend that goal, they equalized them. None of those games that they were pressing and the goal enter is when they sit back. Against Brighton, we were ahead of that game with 2 goals to 1 before they gave that red card. Immediately they gave the red card, we sit back. And they get their equalizing goal. Against Manchester City, we were also ahead with 2-1. And we played defense all through from second half. That dying moment, they were able to break the defense. Against Liverpool, it was when we were still able to, not when we were still sitting back, trying to use counter. That was when Liverpool equalized us. Same thing with Chelsea. Immediately we scored Chelsea, we were not drawing back. And immediately Chelsea got that equalizing goal, we step out again.
So that's why I'm asking, what is the shift?
That is the shift. That mentality of Arteta have brought in recently. Once we get this goal, let's defend what we have.
Brady, do you agree with that?
I feel like last season, yeah, the mentality was mad. Like we had like this monster mentality, the Arsenal team and
That
all.
is it.
But this season, since like it's like a different Arsenal altogether, and it's not even just the defense, the attack, the midfield,
the team,
and
everything.
everything. So in football, yeah, once the whole shift happens, yeah, it affects everything about your team.
Yeah.
You understand, from the mentality and all. So another factor again, I think that affected the whole Arsenal defense and all was Odegaard going injured. Understand? Odegaard going injured changed everything. And if you notice, when Odegaard is playing, we defend from the attack.
Yeah, we press.
You get, we press and all. So immediately Odegaard went off injured. It was a big issue for the Arsenal because we weren't pressing again. The defense was, we are always making mistakes, and then that leadership quality again, it's something that was missing when Odegaard went off. So Odegaard being off changed the dynamics, and secondly again, like Stajo said, the mentality this season has been, you know. But I feel we'll go back to our winning ways. You understand? We just need to find our reading back. Odegaard is back, and everything will change eventually.
By this time last season, I think the mentality was same because we did not have a good start last season until we went to Dubai.
Yeah.
That was when we came back and we started playing the same kind of football. But for me, I feel like we have not had good control of the midfield. I feel like to dominate the game, your midfield has to dominate.
Yeah.
You understand? And if you look at the Chelsea game, Chelsea equalized when the midfield dropped back.
I don't like a situation where something is affecting a team, they will be pointing at a particular player. So the truth is just that, look at the Brighton game. We draw back because of red card. If you watch that game, immediately they gave us red card.
Declan Rice.
What?
Declan Rice. No, Declan Rice. And who were left with two? Thomas Partey. Simple. What I'm saying is fact. Declan Rice and we are left with Thomas Partey. We have to go back.
Okay.
You had the red card, so
You have to go back.
we are supposed to
You understand? Man City, Trossard, another midfielder. You go back.
Okay. Bonamot that.
Saliba.
Arsenal 2-0.
Saliba.
That was the midfield now.
Red card. You have to still go back.
Okay, now, listen. The point is, going back is not the issue. I've made this statement before. Something you cannot do perfectly while giving it attempt. I've told you the only game Arsenal draw back to play defense that I don't have any challenge with was against Man City, because I believe Man City is purely ahead of them in terms of statistics and everything, in terms of possession. Even last season we were totally with level. Arsenal played defense all through. In our second leg that we were able to derive 1 point from their from Etihad. You get it? That is, I don't have problem with that. There are some certain clubs you play, you come out and play irrespective of the red card. That is just the fact. If we start supporting this mentality irrespective of who you are playing because of red card will surely affect a team. It will keep on affecting them.
We lost to Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium with 10 men. 2-0. Man still lost with 11 players on the pitch. so this I feel like this thing football, you understand? This thing football is, I feel like I cannot fault a coach, you understand, for trying to be conservative when you get a red card, for trying to actually manage the game. You get me? I cannot fault Mikel Arteta for that.
Yes, it's a game management.
Okay, wait. We are talking about the game between Arsenal and
Bournemouth.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
When we bounce back to this issue, who do you want to fault for Arsenal blowing away 8 points when they were ahead in those 4 games?
The Liverpool,
Man City, Brighton, and Chelsea.
Chelsea. Okay.
Who will you fault there? Then you will not be calling individual players.
You can't pinpoint any player.
Did you get it? Because it's the same. That is the same pattern of mistake. Why did Arsenal blow away those 4 points? It's as a result of the instruction. It's instruction, because player cannot just sit down and start playing back.
I think
it's an instruction.
Let Preye
doesn't
speak.
just went back and start playing defensive game without instruction being given. Let's be sincere here. One thing I always said: if a team is doing quite well, you give credit to who? To the coach.
Preye?
Fine, I agree with you here. You cannot pinpoint one person and blame that person. It's football and it's a team game, you understand? It's a team generally, but the issue here, the problem is the fact that the team, like I said before, the team this season is not, that winning mentality is not there. You get, everything still boils down to the mentality. Everything still boils, because the coach will not instill that. The coach will not come out and play the game for you. Do you get?
Okay,
So
wait. Let me ask you this question. You said you are very good. Say this season that winning mentality is not there. Whose duty is that?
But
Whose duty is that now?
but if we are
Whose
if we are
duty?
being critical, let's look at how we've dropped points. Let's leave sentiment and look at how we've dropped points. Manchester City red card to Trossard. We are leading that game. Liverpool injury to Gabriel Magalhaes and Timber. Liverpool got the second goal. Before that goal came, we were leading the game.
yeah,
Yes.
You understand? Bournemouth red card to William Saliba.
Yes.
So the one of the game I felt that we were so bad that we deserved to lose that game was the Newcastle game. So if we are being accurate in our analysis, we can see that the games we've lost or the games we've dropped points, you understand? Something happened in those
something.
games
Yes,
and happened to key figures.
Figures. Yes.
The Brighton game was Declan Rice. We know how important Declan Rice is in our midfield, and
Yes.
the red card was not even a deserved red card.
yes,
The one against Man City was another red card that's questionable.
But
And then
those are the only two that we derived red card.
and then the injury to Gabriel and Timber, where you don't even have Saliba on the pitch.
We know those things.
So
Listen,
if you're looking critically at where you've dropped points, you cannot just look at the manager and ignore the circumstances. You get me?
Yeah.
Because in those circumstances, what do you expect the manager to do? In that same City game, Timber left the game at some point. Timber left the game. Calafiori left the game at some point. Against Liverpool, Timber left. Gabriel left. Who did we bring in? Skelly and Kivio.
if we go in deep to this discussion, I bet you will sleep here. The fact is that those points you highlighted, you are totally correct. That is the reason I said when it comes to Arsenal, it is very quick to give harsh red card. Now, since this team have come to realize that officiating is not always on their side, that is where mentality comes to play. You get it? You must be prepared at all time.
So, talking about the Arsenal Nottingham Forest game, I want to get your predictions.
I'll go with 3-0 for Arsenal.
3-0 for Arsenal. Mr. Joel. Before you predict, think properly, because if you get it right, you're getting something. So
I will just say, if Arsenal perform poorly 2-0,
2-0.
but if they play good game against those boys, they will take nothing less than 3-0.
3-0. Producer, your prediction. 2-0. Producer 2, your prediction. Yeah.
I like
Arsenal
it,
2,
Jare.
Nottingham Forest. Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 1. Nice. Producer 1, 2-0, 2-1. Noted. And straight up, your predicted lineup for the game. Picture shows Declan Rice was not in training today. So Saka and Declan Rice not yet in training today. So we still have tomorrow to go. Ateta is a man of mystery.
Because of the international break.
Saka left the Chelsea game with a knock. Declan Rice played with a broken toe. So having in mind that those players are not there yet, and we know that Saka is that kind of player that can show up anytime. Give me your predicted lineup.
Okay, are we making this prediction? Are we doing the prediction, the lineup based on without Saka and Declan Rice? Is it without Saka or Declan Rice?
And let's go with Saka and Declan. I think that would be more interesting. Without Saka and Declan Rice, that would be more interesting.
So if we are taking the two off,
Yeah.
without Saka and Declan Rice,
Yeah.
I will send Gabriel Jesus to to Saka's wing.
The popular Gibe Jesus.
Just listen now. Is it not what you have? Do you have anything more than that? I will send Gabriel Jesus to Saka's wing because that's the only thing there. I will send Trossard. I will send Trossard to 11. I will put Saka. I will put Martinelli that top front because I remember there was a time they used Martinelli in that front with his speed and everything. It was making a little sense.
Nice. Your front line is Trossard, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus.
Now I will use Thomas Partey.
Okay.
I will use Giorgio.
Okay.
I will use Ethan Wanere.
Ah.
I will use Ethan Wanere.
No Martin Odegaard.
Oh, Martin Odegaard is there. Sorry, I will use Thomas Partey.
Uh-huh.
I will use Martin Odegaard, and I will use Ethan Wanere. Are you getting me?
Okay.
If it is 4-3-3, then my best four line just William Saliba, Gabriel Magas. Is Calafiori fit?
Yeah, report says it will be for the game.
Timber is in fit.
Yeah, Timber is fit.
Timber plays that
Right back.
right back. Why I still leave Ben White in the left
Ben White is
Let's-
injured.
Ben White is injured.
Ben White, then Calafiori takes over that place. Then let this young man, Kai Havertz, come in as his boost in second half. I just changed the team to still see another look from what they will portray. The combination of Ethan Wanere with that is attacking force, Martin Odegaard, this young man.
So Preye.
Yeah, so at the back, Timber, Calafiori, Saliba, and Gabriel Magalhaes. Then in the midfield, Partey, Moreno. Moreno will have to come in, since Rice is out, and Arteta definitely wants Moreno to play. So Moreno there, then Odegaard in the middle, which I'm very excited for. Since Odegaard came in our last match, even though he wasn't even fully fit, you could see what we had missed, for all these weeks and all. So Odegaard back, then at the front, Havertz, normal, then Martinelli at the other side. Gabriel Jesus, I will never call Gabriel Jesus name because last time I saw Gabriel Jesus play for Arsenal, it was as though he was done with Arsenal.
The Chelsea game.
He was like, Gabriel Jesus is staying in Arsenal, but his mind has left Arsenal. Do you get? So I would rather play Saliba at that wing than Gabriel Jesus there. Now that's how much I hate Gabriel Jesus now. Saliba, I'd rather play Saliba. Did you see the cross he gave to
to Havertz?
So for that position, yeah, I think I will have to play Sterling there. Sterling is better at that. That is not even his natural position, but I'd rather play Sterling there than Gabriel Jesus. So that's my lineup. If Saka won't play,
Yeah. Me, I'll go with the same. I'll go with Preye's lineup though. I won't change. I won't change anything. The reason why is I'd rather give a player an opportunity I've not seen much from than give a player an opportunity I've seen much from and I've seen nothing. I've given a lot of opportunity I've not seen much from. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I'd rather give a player an opportunity I've not seen much from than give a player I've given countless opportunity and he has not been able to give me anything. That's the reason I'll play Sterling over Gabriel Jesus at the moment.
I just simply give you a simple change, a new taste of formation that would have scattered Nottingham Forest. And that, if I'm a coach, that is what. Okay, now look, take a look how bad it is. Out of Saka, who are we calling? Sterling, Gabriel Jesus. To tell you how bad Arsenal front backup is.
No.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
If Saka is not there now, who do we born? It is well with us.
I think this thing.
Let us know enter another topic. Once we go deep,
No,
now,
it's still the lineup now.
you get it. To tell you how bad it is. Saka after Saka, who else? Who will you call? Imagine you even say you will prefer Saliba because we don't have any other player to have in mind to call.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that this conversation has been going on for 3 seasons now. Saka, there was a point where they said Saka should rest because he has been playing back to back. I mean,
That is what is killing the young man.
and it was very obvious. People were clamoring for us to get
A
They
backup.
a backup for Saka. 2 seasons has gone. Nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. That's how bad it is. You get.
But for me though, I will always call out Gabriel Jesus. I will not stop calling out Gabriel Jesus because most of us said get a striker, send Jesus as a backup for Saka. So had it been we got into the market and we bought a striker and then we kept Jesus as a backup for Saka, is this what he will be giving us as a backup for Saka?
What is Martinelli giving you?
Martinelli is giving me better than what Gabriel Jesus is
How
giving me.
many goals have he given you this season?
3 goals.
How many goals has Gabriel Jesus giving
None.
you? Not
Only
this
one.
season.
One against
How many,
against
How many
Preston.
games has he played?
If he's good enough, he should be starting.
How many games has he played?
No.
Somebody have not played any, have not have any start. He gave you 1 goal.
It's not like this now. It's not even about the goals again.
Jesus
It's how
how does he play when
how
he
does
starts?
he play when he starts?
How was his performance against Bolton?
Who is the best? Who is your best dribbler in Arsenal?
Martinelli.
Team? God forbid.
Martinelli is the best dribbler in Arsenal team.
How many dribble? How many successful dribbles has he had this season?
How many successful dribble did Gabriel Jesus complete against Chelsea?
The Chelsea 4. Go and count it.
So for me though,
Completed any successful dribbling against Chelsea, Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus.
but for me though, for me though, like I was saying though, if had it been we got a striker and we did what everybody has clamored for,
Yes.
that was what everybody said during the summer. Buy a striker and use Jesus as a backup for Saka. We will still be on that topic because even till now he has gotten an opportunity to play as a backup for Saka. He's ahead of Sterling. He's not still being able to take that. You understand? And we said he's not a striker, he's a winger. He's not even a winger, he's a defensive midfielder. Let's be honest. That guy is a Lacazette.
Romax.
To be honest now. You understand? So to me, I feel you should just leave the club.
Yeah.
I feel you should just
He has left already. He has left already.
Well, but that's that on Gabriel Jesus and the lineup. Let's talk about one last thing before we go. Chris Wood.
Who is Chris Wood?
Is the striker of Nottingham Forest. I think 10 goals this season in the EPL. Second highest goal scorer in the league behind Haaland.
Then what do you want from him?
We've been conceding goals and we are coming up against a very brutal finisher this season. A man in form. He just scored, I think he scored an hat-trick yesterday for New Zealand. 8 goals behind Haaland. He has 8 goals this season in the Premier League. And he just scored an hat-trick, I think yesterday in New Zealand's game. And he's coming up against a defense that has been collecting goals back, front, and center.
That is the reason I said if Arsenal sit up, if our defense we know can checkmate the best striker in the Premier League without them not doing any reasonable thing. Who is Chris Wood? It's just that I don't know what is wrong with the team. Look at our defense conceding anyhow.
Yeah.
The defense that before they play, any club, play any team want to play, do first of all lavish praises on them because they know what they got.
Yeah.
That is just it. I don't know what is lagging behind between those lines. I don't just know. But if Arsenal bounce back to what they know themselves to be, that is not a threat to Arsenal defense with the kind of personality we have in that back. I must tell you, till tomorrow, Arteta will be able to build a good, solid defense. That is the first credit I will give to him.
Yeah. Yes.
I must tell you the facts. Arsenal have the best defense in EPL. One of the best defense in EPL, if it's not the best. But this season, what is going on?
Yeah. A quick one, yeah. Like you said, Arsenal used to have the best defense in the league. One thing to note is that, like this season, before this season, we rarely used to concede from set pieces. We rarely used to, but this season alone now, we are like the second, if not the highest. We've conceded the most in terms of set pieces in EPL this season, and we are just starting the season. So it's a cause for concern for us and all. But I feel just once they get their rhythm, everything will be back to normal. Because
Yeah, it does.
the Arsenal defense is in as much as the team, yeah, it's filled with individual brilliance, the individual brilliance
Yes,
of
yes.
Saliba
Saliba and
and
Gabriel.
Gabriel Magalhaes and all. So they just need to pick. Once they pick, I feel we'll go back to our, and then Raya too this season has been,
Very good.
yeah,
He
he
has
has
been
been
our
outstanding.
savior this
Yeah, he
season.
has been outstanding. So I just hope they can find their reading back.
Saliba said he's not yet back to his best. I think he said it sometime this season.
Oh, he said it.
Yeah, that he's not yet at the level he was last season. And he's hoping to get there soon.
And yes, zero dribble
Exactly,
pass.
that's what I wanted to say. And yet
Yes,
nobody
zero.
has gone past him this season.
And how many duels have he won? That is to tell you professional mentality.
Yeah.
Good game for them.
So you guys feel Chris Wood is not getting a goal on Saturday?
I've already predicted. My prediction was what? 2-0 or 3-0. I don't.
I told you
He
3-0.
predicted 3-0.
So Chris Wood is not getting
So
a goal.
won't concede.
Okay, quickly. I know it's the Nottingham Forest team, but give me your predicted your combined side. Give me your combined side.
I don't
Your
even
Arsenal
know that
Nottingham Forest combined
team.
side.
Who is in Nottingham Forest
Do I know?
team?
The reason I asked this question is currently right now,
Okay, Chris Wood.
who will lead your attack?
Mm,
Chris Wood or Kai Havertz? That's the reason I asked this question currently.
yeah, that's a good one. I would take Chris Wood over Kai Havertz because Chris Wood is a natural 9. He has been doing it from Burnley. His days in Burnley, you understand. He's very good when it comes to headers. And he has a physique too.
And he's scoring goals this
And he's
season.
scoring goals. So Chris Wood will go in for me.
I'm not taking Chris Wood because he's just a natural 9. He has been doing it better than Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
What is the work of a striker to score goals? And we just analyze that is behind Erling Haaland. So he's doing his work better. So he should be there
So
You get
you
it.
take him over Kai Havertz.
1 million times.
Are you
1
saying
million
saying this because of this period?
Yes, with the recent
Okay, just
form.
this
yes,
period.
yes, he have more goals than Kai Havertz.
We have to establish that fact.
And yes, he have more goals than Kai. I'm not talking about their depth play in the team, now their contribution to the team. I'm talking about the work of the 9.
No, the reason I had to ask if you're talking about now was when you said 1 million times.
With that, I'm saying 1 million times based on the current statistics.
I just wanted to be sure.
Yes, 1 million
just
times
wanted to be
based
sure.
on the way you people rate Kai Havertz.
Not just us, even Declan Rice. Declan Rice.
Declan Rice rated. There is one thing you need to know. I must tell you the fact it will be very rare for your fellow team player. Are you getting me? To talk down on his fellow team player. That is something I realized when I watch this first goal they gave to Kai Havertz. That penalty kick that Saka was about to take. Martin Odegaard met Saka, whispered to him, and Saka stood up. And this young man came, Kai Havertz, and handed over the ball to him. And Kai Havertz kicked the penalty. It was a goal. His first goal that boosted his morale in Arsenal shirt. As after watching that replay, I came to realize that Mikel Arteta have really been able to impute this love, oneness, and understanding
In the team.
between the player, which is a key factor of a successful team. But what Mikel Arteta have not been able to do is having the right player at a strategic point, especially that forward. That is just the problem we are having. That is the fact. If you talk of mentality, understanding, love, and oneness, Mikel Arteta have done it very well between the players. That was the same scenario that happened to Chelsea. Now you see Madueke and Palmer, this guy, they were fighting for penalty.
Yeah,
And
Madueke,
Palmer
Johnson,
that would
Palmer.
have come to settle the thing, just carry the ball from there and kick it. All of that person started carrying face.
Yeah.
But you can never see such chaos in Arsenal team. That is love and oneness. Let the man just do the right thing. You will see Arsenal in a flying color. That is it.
So is there any player? I'm not just talking about based on form now, because I know you guys might end up calling Chris Wood. So I'm not talking about form now. Looking at the Nottingham Forest setup, is there any player you feel that you can actually take as a backup, as from Nottingham Forest, as a
Nottingham
backup player?
Forest.
You feel like you can actually look at and say, okay, I'll take this player.
I would say Ola Aina. I don't.
The Nigerian guy. Our
Ola,
fullback.
because of his speed, I don't know. But who is in that Nottingham Forest team again? They have Elanga.
They have Elanga, they have Otinodoy,
What's
they
not
have
there?
Sangari, they have Gibbs
Sangare.
White, they have
Yeah,
Morello.
those players won't.
All
We
those, they
are
are all
talking of
average
players
and
that will
manageable
take
players.
us.
They
You
are all
understand?
average.
Take the game to the next level and all. And to be honest, I don't think there is any player there that
Awoni is
can.
still there.
I mean,
Is
let's
there
be serious
anybody?
here.
I not get except their striker.
I would take Gibbs White actually.
Hmm?
I would take Gibbs White. I would take
You
him
know
Gibbs
for
him
White.
now. I
yeah to
don't
be a
know their
bench player.
players. I don't watch
Okay.
their
Yeah, I would take
games.
him to come and be a backup,
To who?
probably to Odegaard or play. He can play as central midfielder. He can play as an attacking midfielder, and he's a
I
good
don't
carrier of
know.
the ball. If
I
you've
don't.
watched him,
Yeah.
he's a
That's
good
true.
carrier of the ball. That's something I know we are lacking in that midfield. Somebody that can run with the ball and shoot from outside. So I think I would take him.
Nice one.
Yeah. So anything extra for this game? Anything you want to add before we end the show?
We are going into this game having not won in that many games now, and also this is a very, very important. We need this win more than ever now. Understand to get back to 9 points already behind Liverpool. So if we don't win, it's now or never. If you lose this or draw this, I don't know. You should just forget about the title.
So if we lose or draw, we're out of the title race.
For me, we are out.
Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, at least their highest dream they should be planning, it should be even be Conference League, not even Europa. You get it. They will be fighting to get in there.
Yeah.
But Arsenal is not just fighting for top. Arsenal is fighting for the league.
Yeah.
So they have more take in this game. And the statistic actually, their past 4 games, losing 2, drawing 2, no win. And those people have won 3, draw 1. So Arsenal should be more aggressive
They're going
in
into
this
the game.
game.
All right.
And they are the one that know they are in the title contender. If they lose this game or draw, OT law for them. So they just have to be more aggressive in this game and handle Nottingham Forest. You are our baby and get their points off there. And since the home advantage is still on their side, that is all I can say to round up this game.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Thank you for being on the show, Preye, and thank you for being on the show, Mr. Drill. And nice doing business with you. And if you're watching, please let us know your prediction in the comment section. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being on the show.